Hey, welcome to the channel. It's Jack with Stronghold Strength and Conditioning. And today, I'm gonna be showing you one quick exercise that you can do every day to help improve your posture and the depth of your squat. But before we get into it, make sure you take a moment and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on future content like this. Every Thursday, I'm putting out videos showing you how to resolve aches and pains, prevent injuries, and overall optimize your performance inside the gym and outside of it in your daily life and routine. And it doesn't get much better than that. So take advantage of it. Ready? Let's go ahead and dive into this one. All right, like I said, today I've got one simple exercise for you that's going to help you improve your posture overall and improve your squat depth in the gym. So there's some awesome performance carryover here that you're gonna get. But before we get into it, every month I open up 5 new slots for dads who are looking to move with the ease, energy, and youthfulness of their kids. If that sounds like you, what I need you to do is drop down below into the description here and fill out the coaching application. Every month I only open up 5 new slots for coaching clients, and if you'd like to claim one of those positions, go ahead and jump down there and fill out that coaching application right now so that I can get in contact with you and we can get started in the right direction with that. Again, looking to improve your mobility overall, if you have stiffness, training aches, training pains, those types of things, or you're simply low libido, poor digestion, hair loss, poor skin, any of those things that are dealing with your metabolism, those are things that we're going to be able to help you improve. So down in the description, fill out that coaching application if any of those things hit home, and let's go ahead and get started talking so that we can get you going in the right direction. But without further ado, let's go ahead and start working on that posture. All right, like I said, the exercise is simple, but not necessarily easy. So all you're gonna use for this exercise is a wall, and we're going to be placing our back up against the wall. What I'm gonna do is show the version that we want to actually be our gold standard first, and then I'll give you a way that you can start to actually move in this direction if you're having a hard time getting into it in the first place. So with our back to the wall, what I want to do is take myself about one of my foot's lengths off the wall, and then I'm going to place my feet hips distance apart as if I were about to squat. My back's going against the wall, and I'm going to drop my butt into the corner. So even here, I can try and wiggle my feet in so that I'm actually a little bit more snug with the back of my calf to my hamstrings here. As much as possible, heel in line with my butt, and you'll see my knees are actually opening toward my smaller toes. This is where we get parallel over to our squat position overall. So we're gonna get some work here with ankle dorsiflexion, deep knee flexion, and deep hip flexion. Our ultimate goal is to wiggle our tailbone to the corner of the room here where the wall and the floor actually meet. So right now my butt is starting to touch, and I'm gonna try and just find that space where I can actually lightly touch my butt to the floor or even sit my whole weight down. Now you do wanna make sure that your feet are bare and that you're not wearing shoes or socks, because that will alter how your mechanics are in this position. So barefoot, right up against the wall, best done at home when you're able to kind of relax into this position. You can do it while you're watching TV. So right now my back is completely flat to the wall. What I want to do is take my elbows and squeeze my shoulder blades together, and that'll actually take my mid-back slightly off the wall, just very gently touching the wall versus the whole back feeling flat against it. So just starting with these elbow drives can be really helpful to get my head and shoulder positioning in a good place as well here. Now the next piece we're gonna add to it is actually to improve our shoulder strength a little bit, and I'm gonna take the back of my wrist to the wall so that my elbows are against the wall, my forearm, I should say, back of the forearm, and wrist, okay? I don't wanna lead with my knuckles because that can allow me to cheat here. So back of the forearm against the wall, wrist shooting for the wall, and then we're gonna keep this position pushing the forearms back into the wall. So the shoulder blades are engaging. You should feel a lot going on in your upper back, If your upper back is weak, this might actually challenge it to the point where it wants to try and cramp or feel like a strong muscular contraction, and that's okay. And if you don't have external rotation of the shoulder, your body's gonna wanna cheat and try and reach with those knuckles. So this will show us if you have weakness of external rotation at the shoulder, which would also indicate that you're gonna be limited in your stability at the shoulder overall. So shoulder blades down and back, externally rotate the shoulder to get the wrist there. You can play with actually reaching up overhead. You don't have to. I simply like to sit in this position, or if I'm in a more relaxed state, just kind of help myself by driving my elbows into the wall. Those two work perfectly fine. If you want to add the challenge of the reach, you can if you're at that point. Okay, but what if you can't get to this position in the first place and it's really difficult? And just because it's difficult, don't take that as a sign to not do it necessarily. Your knees might be challenged at this depth, so we're trying to restore flexion of the knee if things are tight there. Your hips might be challenged at this depth. Your butt might not be to the corner of the wall. It might want to try and push you off the wall. Your goal is to work at a height where you can keep yourself hips below knee and maintain this squat. And I recommend holding this position for about 2 minutes minimum and seeing if you can actually increase your depth as you ease into the positioning, okay? You might have to gradually work your way out of it. Don't worry about standing up from it, just kind of sit down. The other way we can do this is actually reversing it. So placing your hip against the wall, and then pulling our feet into the same position while we're lying on our backs. Okay, so I would say that this is our easier place to begin here. Things you should focus on in both these positions, but really here, if you're just getting started, is allowing yourself to relax through diaphragmatic breathing. So focusing on your belly breath as you're in this position, completely nasal. Okay, so nasal breathing, same arm positioning. Again, if we can't get back, this is a big problem. We need to reach those wrists and back of the forearm for the floor. My butt is not touching the wall in this position. I can try and get it a little bit closer and wiggle in. So here I'm about touching, but because I don't have that pressure of gravity, I might not be able to get the full depth in this position. Just know that. So if you don't get butt to the wall here, that's okay. That doesn't mean that you're not ready for going up against the wall. Just giving you a few options to ease into it there. So we have, again, start barefoot, 1 foot's distance off the wall, slide into the corner, get yourself into a nice upright position, engaging the upper back, pulling those shoulder blades back, lightening the full pressure of the mid back. So it's upper back and pelvis that are really contacting, and then our head is our third point of contact there. And when we do our head, we want to think about chin to Adam's apple, so we have a good neutral neck positioning, okay, keeping that against the wall. But pulling those shoulder blades down and back works on our thoracic extension, allowing our scapula to anchor our shoulders, and then we can work on external rotation of the shoulder, getting the back of the wrist to it. 2 minutes a day minimum. Build up the position as much as you can. How long can you actually sit in that position comfortably before feeling like you need to get out? And that will improve with repetition and time as you get more comfortable in it. All right, and there you have it. One simple exercise, a few ways that you can actually make it happen if you need to ease your way and scale into it, and it's going to help you improve your posture and your squat. If you guys like this video, make sure you let me know by clicking that big thumbs up down below, and take a moment to share this one with a friend. If they sit at a desk all day, if they sit in a car regularly, or if they simply got some postural work to do, go ahead and pass it along their way so that they can start improving their posture and their health overall. And again, if you are a dad who is looking to move with the ease, energy, and youthfulness of your kids in the next 90 days, what I want you to do is take a moment to drop down below in the description here and fill out the coaching application so that you can claim one of the 5 slots that I open up each month. Go ahead and get that process started, and let's start the conversation. And last but not least, if you have not already, make sure you take a moment and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on future content like this. Every Thursday, I'm putting out videos showing you how to resolve aches and pains, prevent injuries, and overall optimize your performance inside the gym and outside of it in your daily life and routine, and it does not get better than that. Welcome to the Stronghold Army. See you guys next week.